Yo, my people, welcome back to the Get Into the Bag podcast, season 3, episode 5. If you got love for us, man, go show some love on our previous episodes, our previous season, the first episodes of season 3. I done brought in a special guest, all right, my people. 104,000, more than that, on Spotify, okay? He's performed in Calgary, big shows, okay? Collabs with Calgary artists. I done brought in Kam Prada.
Thank you for having me, bro.
No worries, man. Appreciate you coming out, doing the podcast with us, man. I want to start, right away. Where does your story start, bro? Kam Prada, the very beginning, how you got into music, and what influenced you, bro?
So I was born in Vancouver.
Okay.
And then I moved to Calgary when I was like 2.
Okay.
So even though I was born in Vancouver, Calgary's still like my hometown. Like I don't really remember Vancouver like that. I still have family over there, but I don't like Calgary's like my hometown basically.
Yeah, for sure.
And I started music around, it was like towards the end of high school, like when I was like 17, 18. And I was just like, when I started music, I was like sort of in a space where a lot of things in my life were changing. And I sort of started music coincidentally, but music has always been, I guess, like kind of therapeutic for me. And that's sort of why I started. And then even now, like years later, I'm still finding myself like come back to music for the same reason. So it's cool to make that parallel from when I started to even now.
Yeah, for sure.
With what I'm creating now. So that's basically when I started, and then it just sort of gradually transformed into just kind of like messing around type vibes to like a serious like business basically.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
so
you had to take it serious at one point, and then that point finally came, man. So like, what influenced you to start making music, man? Like, was there some like rappers that really like got you into it, or like what was that big influence that made you pursue this passion?
So before I started making music, I actually didn't listen to much music. Like music before I started making music itself wasn't like a huge part of my life. Like I wasn't like a rap connoisseur or like anything like that.
Yeah, not for sure.
I grew up listening to like a lot of like Michael Jackson, I'd say.
Oh, dope.
And then even like towards like in high school, I listened to like Drake and like Childish Gambino.
Okay.
And like artists. But at the same time, I didn't like have my headphones in, like walking around high school all day. Like I would just, like music wasn't like a huge thing for me until I started like actually creating it and then really like diving into it.
That brought out that passion inside of you.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's like surprises a lot of people sometimes because they're like, I feel like there's a lot of artists where it's like they grew up listening to music.
Yeah, definitely.
And stuff like that. And obviously like even around the house and stuff, like my parents would play different music and things like that, but it was never like this huge.
It wasn't a huge part of your life.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. You know what? That's good sometimes because you know that your sound is really original then, because you didn't really have much like musical influences from the genre that you're doing. So you came in with like fresh ears, fresh mind, and the music that you're creating now is kind of like Kam Prada style, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, they come into music and they tell me like my biggest influence was Eminem, Drake, and all this, and you can really hear that in their beginning music, right?
Yeah.
But when you come in with fresh ears and you don't really have like a big musical influence, you're creating from the heart and from the passion that's inside. So you're making your own style of music.
For sure.
Does that make sense?
For sure, yeah. So even now, definitely have like a lot of influences, just like with what I'm listening to now and in like the past few years.
Yeah, definitely.
Like Juice WRLD, Kid Laroi.
Oh yeah, they're dope.
Stuff like that, and even like Lil Tecca, like artists like that.
Yeah.
That I definitely like gravitate towards more. But yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, no, those artists are sick, man. And like really, once you start getting into music, you got to look at all these other artists because they got the blueprint, right? They're doing something right. So when you look at those artists, they can then influence your sound now that you've kind of developed your own sound, right? Because now you're not going off other people's sound. You're like, yo, that's dope. Let me make a Kam Prada style, right? So that's dope, man. That's dope. Yeah, man. I really mess with the Kid Laroi.
Okay, fire.
Yeah, the Kid Laroi is fire. Juice WRLD, R.I.P.
Yeah,
yeah, man. When he came to Stampede, is that when you were performing at Stampede? Is that the Stampede you performed? Or?
That was not. So actually, he came to Cowboys 2019, and I just like that was like before I was like super serious with music, and I like went to that show, like just went to that show
as a fan.
like at the front.
Oh, dope!
Like watching him perform.
How was that?
It was super. It was crazy. It was like insane. And then like 3 years later, so like this past Stampede, I was like on that same stage.
That's crazy.
Opening up for Big Sean.
No way. It was the Big Sean show.
It was amazing. So that was like a really cool like full circle moment for me.
Nah, for
like,
sure.
From then being like one day I'm gonna do this, and then like.
Is that what you told yourself when you went to see Juice WRLD? You're like, I'm finna be on this stage one day.
Because that was like sort of when I was in the transition between like just doing music sort of for fun,
okay,
but also transitioning into like really wanting to to pursue it as like a career.
Yeah, definitely.
And do it full time and really like go crazy.
Yeah.
And that was like one of those like pivotal nights where I was like, yo, like this is what I want to do. Like,
yeah,
like, why can't I do this? Like I gotta just make this happen. Like this is what I really want.
Of course,
right?
It set it in motion, man.
Yeah.
It was like, this is what you have to be doing.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be on the stage. And like leading up to those 3 years, man, what did it take to you finally getting on that stage, man? Like what kind of struggles did you encounter? Like what was going on at that time?
I think the best thing is like when you want to learn how to do something, the best way to do that is by doing it and making mistakes. And learning from your mistakes.
100%.
And so that applies to like creating the music, but at the same time that applies to like all aspects of the business. So like marketing, like building a team, having people on the visual side of things.
Yeah.
And like all these sort of different avenues that contribute to the success of the music are things that I like, I guess, like pride myself in understanding and knowing and also like having like full control over.
That's good.
Essentially. Cause like I'm independent. Like I just.
Fully independent.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So that whole 3 years was like a lot of like obviously like creating music and making sure that all that stuff is on point, of course. But then at the same time, on the flip side of things, it's like
the music business side.
The business and all of that stuff too.
Yeah, the business side is crazy, man. And it's like I was watching this one video where homie was saying like only like 10% of artists know the business, right?
Yeah.
And then the rest, they don't know. And that's how a lot of artists, you know, either get fucked over on deals or their music isn't reaching the amount of people they got to reach because they don't know the marketing. So they're like, yo, I made the music. Where the fuck is everybody, right?
Yeah.
So you got to market it, man. Making the music is only the first step. And there's like 10 steps to the whole goddamn thing.
Exactly. And making the music is only 10% of the thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you look at it that way, man. So like when you figured out, okay, I got to get a team, I got to market, I got to learn the business. What was that first step that you took to really learning the music business?
I think in terms of that's like, because the music business is like a huge, like overarching, thing, you know what I mean? But I think one thing I actually did that was beneficial to me is I looked at underground, so not like mainstream artists, but like underground artists that were seeing success and that were in a similar niche to me. And I sort of reverse engineered like how they got to where they are now, what they did to get there.
That's smart.
And like really in-depth analyze like how they got to the position they are now and the steps it took to get there and what they actually did backwards.
Yeah,
if that
for
makes
sure.
sense.
No, that makes sense a lot, bro. Because like then you have like once you reverse engineer something from someone that is having success, you really know the blueprint. You know the steps that you got to take, and you're not just kind of like running blind, right? Because like, yo, what do I do? What do I do? You really have a sense of like direction.
Exactly, and then you can even implement like certain things that they did, or figure out how to leverage that for yourself.
Yeah,
because it's like all this stuff is out there. It's just like if an artist uses this marketing campaign and blows up off it, you're probably, it's gonna be difficult to find that them saying like, oh, I did this and this is how it happened.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to really like dive deep to find that information and
for sure
figure out. So that's just like that's like one example.
Yeah,
but
no, that's crazy, bro. So like you learned how they did it, man. And like when was that first moment that you had someone join your team and they're like, yo, I believe in Kam Prada. I want to join this team. He's got his knowledge up. Like, who was that first team person on the Kam Prada team?
I say is it's Josh Turner.
Okay.
So he's a photographer.
Okay.
But he also does he does everything pretty much. He does graphic design, he does visual work, he does music videos, he does anything photo, video, visual related.
That's crazy.
He can do it.
He's the guy.
He's the guy. And so this was like when I was just starting, before I had even put any music out as Kam Prada. I had like a video shoot for what was supposed to be like my first single.
Okay.
And that video never actually came out, but like I think like the night before the video shoot, I needed like a photographer for the video.
Yeah.
So I just like hit up Josh. I had never spoken to him before, but I just like hit him up and I was like, yo, like, is there any chance like you would be free tomorrow for this video shoot?
He's like, I'm down.
And he's like, I'm down. And then like an hour later we got on a call, and then the next day we like did the video shoot, and that was like a year before I put anything out as Kam Prada.
Oh, so it's like you were gonna shoot this video, but it never came out.
Yeah,
but you kept that connection.
And then
something good came out of it.
Exactly, yeah. And then that whole year was just like building a team and just taking more time before I like put out my like first release as Kam Prada. So and then Josh has sort of just like been there from the start, basically. and so he started off doing like a lot more photo work.
Yeah.
But this kid is like insane. Like he's like an insanely talented. He's crazy. Like he's
that's dope.
He's goated. So now he's doing like music videos and most of my covers, like most of my graphics,
are done from him.
Cover arts are done by him. Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. So like you got a media guy that creates your cover arts, music videos, all this type of stuff. But then you're also working with other people now, right? You're like you've done a couple music videos in the city. Are these like videographers in the city that you're working with?
So I think most of my past videos were done by a videographer named My Name French.
Okay.
So he's actually out in Toronto.
Oh, so that's dope. So he just comes here?
So he'll either come here or we'll link up in LA.
Oh, okay.
Or sometimes I'll go to Toronto too.
Oh, dope.
But usually it's like Calgary or LA.
Who shot Fiji?
He did. We shot. So actually we went to Vancouver.
Oh, that was in Vancouver?
Yeah, that was Vancouver.
Yeah.
Yeah, so French is super sick, super
That's
talented.
dope.
And he's worked with like a lot of bigger Toronto artists, underground artists in the scene.
Yeah.
He's done some stuff. I think he's done a couple videos for Roy Woods. And then he's done a bunch of stuff for like underground Toronto artists.
Oh, damn.
So he's like really well connected out there as well.
Yeah, he's putting in the work.
Yeah.
Nah, it's crazy, man. So like when you shoot a video like Fiji, man, like what's the vibe behind something like that? Like how do you come up with the concept, and like how do you implement it into your music video to kind of look that good, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so usually either myself and the director will come up with like a video treatment. So some videos I do the video treatment myself.
Yeah.
Or some videos like we collaborate on it.
Yeah.
Or even some of them it's like a bigger collaboration with like more people on the team type thing.
Definitely.
But so basically we'll come up with the video treatment and then just like carry out the treatment basically.
So video treatment is basically like you're really getting into depth. Like shot one, you're gonna be coming in like this, and you kind of have pictures of like the area that you're gonna be shooting in, and like maybe you have some mood pictures of how it's gonna look.
Exactly, yeah. So some video treatments are more specific than others. So I think Fiji was actually one that was like very like less specific. There was like a lot more open ended.
Okay.
There was even like we had some locations and stuff like that, but it wasn't like shot by shot type
definitely.
thing.
Yeah.
But then there's some videos like the video for Fast Life was like a lot more specific.
Okay.
And like just like a lot more like there was like timestamps for when different stuff was happening in the video with the song.
That makes sense.
And things like that. So it just depends on the song and on the project. But
that's cool, man.
Yeah.
So like you shot Fiji out in Vancouver. You're from Vancouver, and then like what other song? Like, can you name a song that you like shot in LA?
Yeah, so Fast Life was in LA.
Fast Life is in LA.
Bora Bora was in LA.
Okay, Bora Bora. Bora Bora is a sick song. Congrats on that, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm trying to think. Mixed Emotions was also in LA.
Okay.
So that was this one we shot in this like, we shot most of it in this like red, like room.
Okay, yeah.
And that was for like the Heartbreak Hotel EP.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's dope.
So
Yeah.
we even shot the cover of that EP like in that room. In that room, yeah.
That's dope. That was a sick cover. We'll talk about Heartbreak Hotel, man. We'll talk about that a little later. But I kind of want to know, you know, that song is sick, the one you did in LA. Let's bring it back to Calgary, man. That song that you did, you were working at Señor's.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite pizza places, man.
Okay,
How'd that come about?
Yeah, I actually used to work there.
No way.
Yeah, so I worked there after.
I might have seen you there.
Yeah. I worked there for like 3 months.
Oh, okay.
After high school for like that summer.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So like I'm super good homies with the owner.
That's dope.
And stuff like that. So then I hit him up and I was like, yo, we have this video concept. Do you like? Would it be all right if I like? And he was like super like open to it. He was like, yeah, do it.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, awesome. So when we did that video, actually, like, you know how in the video I'm like serving people and stuff like that?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So I was like actually like essentially like working
there
while he was like filming it. Even though I don't even work there, but I still knew how to like do everything, like scoop the pizzas and stuff
definitely.
like that. So like when we were filming that, I was actually like I think there was like one shot in that video where like I hand a person like their pizza.
It's another worker, right? Or you hand someone you're behind it, but then the other worker has his kind of jacket on. He's off his shift. He's getting a pizza. Or or were you handing it to?
No,
like,
I handed it to like a customer.
Oh, okay.
But that was actually me actually handing them their pizza.
like real life, they actually bought that pizza.
Yeah,
that's you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nah, man.
So that was fun to shoot. That was a vibe.
Who shot your video?
So that one was French.
That one was him too.
Yeah.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
That's dope. And like, when you shoot all these videos, man, like, what is your goal with all these videos? Is it kind of just to have a video representation of what you're making, or are these videos you're hoping to like, you know, really go viral with?
So I think like just having a video, I mean, I think like having a video it brings like a whole new aspect of appreciation to that song because it's like now you're able to associate it with like a visual.
That's true.
As the listener.
Yeah.
So, but at the same time, also like music videos are expensive.
They are, yeah.
And I feel like in this day and age of hip hop, pop music, there's more artists that are not doing as many videos, or potentially maybe doing like a lyric video instead because it's like more cost effective, or like a visualizer or something like that.
Do they still work as good as, let's say, shooting a video?
I think a music video is the best, but then obviously the trade-off is the price, like the cost. And also if you're doing a video, like you want to do like a good video, right? You don't want to like do just like a
cut corners and like a cheap one like that. Yeah, for sure.
So I'd say like it's just like finding a balance between that. But for all the big songs that I'm like I have marketing campaigns for and like that I really believe in, I want to do a video for.
Has to have a video for those. Yeah, for sure.
But then also like too, a lot of my marketing is like YouTube based. Okay. So then having a music video is just like better for the conversion in my opinion, because it's just like better. Like I feel like you're more likely to click on something and watch the music video rather than click on like I feel like for an official audio that's just like the cover art and the song playing in the background, it's like a lot less like visually appealing, and like it's easy to click off of that.
Exactly. I was gonna say like the attention span kind of just like you're done with it after like 10 seconds if it's not like a hit, right? And like, you know, what would you say to the people that say music videos are dead? Man, and when I mean music videos are dead, I mean in the sense of like we live in a short form content era now, right? So short form content is key. Everybody's got to do short form content, right? Yeah. Especially with attention spans. And like you said, music videos are expensive. So when you have an independent artist who's working a 9 to 5 to, you know, he's got to pay rent, he's got to pay groceries, he's got to pay for his car insurance, and he's got to pay for studio time, cover art, all this different stuff, right? He can't do a music video for most of his songs. Yeah. So like, what would you say to that artist that says music videos are dead? Would you agree with that artist, or would you say like they're not dead? Like, what would you say?
I think it depends how you're marketing the song. So if you have a lot of stuff going on with YouTube, and even like the thing about a music video is like you can repurpose all of that into short form content, like 10-15 second clips. You can grab a 10-15 second clip of the music video, put lyrics on it, put it on TikTok.
That's true.
Right?
That's smart.
So it just depends. It just depends how you're marketing it. Like if a lot of your marketing is more like maybe like something that doesn't require really like a big music video, then like maybe you don't need a video. But if you want to do like a lot of like visual content with TikTok and stuff like that, then the music video would be dope to be able to repurpose that content into short form. And like YouTube Shorts and all that stuff.
What's up with YouTube Shorts, man? Because somebody told me like that's the
next up.
That's next up. So it's true. Is that next up?
Yeah.
So 100%. Whoever's not on YouTube Shorts needs to start getting on YouTube Shorts.
I'm like barely on YouTube Shorts. That's like something I'm doing like this next week is like gonna tap in more into YouTube Shorts, because I think like YouTube itself is like a super powerful platform, and they're like doing a lot of stuff. I think now I saw like normally the shorts would just go into your normal like YouTube feed.
Okay.
Like you know how you have like your normal like when you click on videos, like the videos tab, you see all the videos. Yeah. And then like all the shorts would go there.
I seen that.
But now they just added like a shorts column, which is like perfect because
that's way better.
Because then it doesn't like crowd up. Like I can't have like a 15-second short, like 10-15-second shorts, and then like when they click on the video tab, they don't see like my actual music video that we put like all this money into, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So now they have like the shorts tab, which is like perfect.
No, 100%.
So it just keeps them separate and still allows you to like post a bunch of shorts.
Yeah. No, man. Yeah, YouTube Shorts is next up, and like right now, TikTok is still the best place to be on.